Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's me, Teacher Joy again. Okay, okay, class. This is the continuation of our lesson for today. Yeah. Last week we have tackled already your book, English Chess book, student book, and we are done of it with lesson 2. So now we are going to use your workbook so that tomorrow your next teacher will be started with lesson 3 and she will not be confused with it. So I will give you just only a few clips, few minutes of clips just because we need to answer only this 2 page. So let's start now. So this one is letter E. It tells here, write the missing word. So we have our words here inside the box. There are some words that are the word often, when, how, get, ever, least, never, times, sometimes, and summer. So we are going to use this one to fill out all of this here to complete the sentence, question and answer. So everyone's ready? So number 1, letter A. Start with number 1. Number 1, letter A. Blank, often do you miss breakfast? So what do you think? What is the possible word that we need to put it over there? It is? Yes, because it's first, find it out. What is our possible? So let's cross out. That is how. How often do you miss breakfast? Okay, very good. So letter B. At blank, 3 blank a week. So what do you think? What is our answer? It was been at least 3 times. At least 3 times a week, meaning to say in 1 week, he missed breakfast 3 times. So letter A, I blank miss breakfast. I always eat. So it tells here, always eat. So meaning to say that she never, there is a word never. So I never miss breakfast. Because it says here, always eat breakfast. He eat breakfast, meaning he never miss any breakfast. Okay, let's go to number 2. Just look at the picture over there. What you can see it there. So letter A, how can we complete that one? Blank, do you go to beach? It is when. When do you go to beach? I blank go to the beach in the blank. It is I sometimes. So cancel sometimes. Then I sometimes go to the beach in the, what is it? What is it? I sometimes go to the beach in the summer. Summer. Then letter A. How blank do you blank a sunburn? How often? So let's cross out. How often do you get a sunburn? Then I hardly, what is the hardly ever? I hardly ever get a sunburn. Okay, so let's proceed. Letter F. Find a mistake and rewrite the sentences. So this one, what are we going to do is we will going to cross out also what is the mistake word, or else we will going, but cross out the words first. If where is it? Where do you think that is the mistake? And then write it there again. For example, number 1. However, do you read the newspaper in the evening? So what is the wrong word there? Ever. Why? What should we write it supposed to be? It should be how. What is that? It should be how often. We need to replace how often. Then copy that one. How often do you read the news? Do you read the newspaper in the evening? So still the same word. We just only cross out. How about number 2? I ever, rarely read the newspaper in the evening. There is already ever and rarely. So what is the wrong there? It should be ever. You need to cross out the word ever and write I rarely read the newspaper in the evening. Number 3, she watches regularly the sunset. So what do you think? What are the words there? Mistake. It should be this one, this 2. It should be, they will going to swap it together. It should be she regularly watches the sunset. The sunset. Then number 4. So what do you think? What is the missing word over there? She goes stargazing twice times a week. So what do you think? What is that? Wrong answer there. Wrong mistake. Or I mean the mistake there. It is the times. So you need to rewrite it again. She goes stargazing. She goes stargazing twice a week. Twice a week. Then number 5, what do you think? What is the wrong word there? Yes, about. Why about? Why about? Because it is needed about no as. It should be no as. Once a year. So he gets a sunburn about once a year. So that are the mistake of that one. So you can write it on your book. You can copy it over here. At least you have some basis. Okay, so let's proceed to the next page. Page 49. So let's proceed to page 49. So we have here letter G. Read the conversation and circle T for true or F for false. So first I will going to read this one and also read in your house. Then we will going to answer this one. Okay. So let's have this conversation first. It's all about Lydia. It's fun to go to, what is it? It's fun to go stargazing. I never do this with my family, so never. We usually watch DVDs in the evening. Sam, really? I go stargazing with my dad once or twice a month in December, Sam told. Then Lydia said, Wow, what's that? Then Sam answered, that's a shooting star. I often see a shooting star at night. Oh, what's that? Then Sam told, wow, it's an eclipse. I rarely see the eclipse. Maybe once every few years. We're lucky. Then Lydia answers, Sam, can we go stars gazing again next week? Then Sam told, yeah, sure. So this is the conversation of Lydia and Sam. So now let's see and let's try to answer this one. So here, the first question. Lydia often goes stargazing. Did you think if you read this conversation of Lydia and Sam, what do you think? Lydia often goes for stargazing. Is it true or false? It is false. Why? Why it false? Because she tells there, I never. So meaning to say, because it tells here often. So it is false because it should be never. Okay, number 2. Sam usually goes stargazing with his dad. What is your answer? It is true. It tells that he goes always. See, I go stargazing with my dad once or twice a month. The next, number 3. Sam hardly ever sees a shooting star. It's hardly ever. It is false. Why it is false? Because it's Sam told often. I often see a shooting star. Okay, number 4. Sam rarely sees an eclipse. So what do you think? It is true because it's there already. Number 5, Lydia will go stargazing at least twice a month. If it is true or false, it is false. Why? Because it tells there, never. She never. And she's asking to go stargazing again next week with Sam. Because she never experienced to go by stargazing. So that is the story. That is the conversation of Lydia and Sam. So let's proceed. Letter H, we will going to answer the question, but this one is for your own self. Question from your own self. Like for example, how often do you watch the sunrise? You will answer in your own, not from myself or not from your classmate, but it should be this question 1, 2, 3. This question is pertaining to yourself. Question to yourself. So how often do you watch the sunrise? So you will tell, for example, I never watch, the same like that, I never watch sunrise. Oh, the same like that. I never watch sunrise. Oh, but if you did it, I sometimes watch sunrise. The same like that. Also this one for breakfast. How often do you skip breakfast? Did you breakfast? If it is never, I never skip breakfast. And number 3, how often do your parents use paper? If your parents didn't read newspaper, my parents didn't read. My parents never read newspaper. That's how can you answer that one. So that's all for the unit 2. Because this one is unit 3 already. So we are done of it. So for now, that's all for today. And we will going to, oh no, I mean the next teacher will going to continue for this one. So everybody I will say goodbye to everyone all and see you around. And thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. See you around in school tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone.